So my first real big pet peeve with the law of attraction is this whole notion that you need to carry around with you your big vision, and you need to be reading it all the time and constantly visualizing it. These things you're going to do in 5 years, or these things you're going to do in a year, you need to be constantly visualizing them. The problem with that is that it's unrealistic, and it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the law of attraction. Yes, the law of attraction does have some very, very good things, which I will talk about in other videos, but right now I just don't make a vision board. Don't do that. What you're doing is you're tricking your mind into thinking you're at a level that you're not at. Now, I'm not saying don't make those 5-year goals. I'm saying don't read them every day. Don't keep a vision board. Don't constantly focus on that. What you need to be constantly focusing on is what you're doing today. What you're going to do today that is going to get you better, so that you're going to get one step closer to there. Yes, it needs to be there, but it can't be all you think about. So my second real big pet peeve with the law of attraction is that the way that it's normally worded and structured, I mean, even just look at the word, law of attraction. It makes it sound like it just comes to you. While at times it can seem like that, it doesn't just happen like that. This isn't luck, this is probability. What you're doing is you are continuing to bet on yourself, and you're continuing to move forward. And while doing that, because you are now thinking about new and better ways of doing certain things, and you're constantly thinking to the future, opportunities arise, and these opportunities appear to be attracted to you because you're now paying attention to them. But if you just think about it, it's not just gonna come to you. You need to be actively doing something, and I think that even calling it the law of attraction at times makes this seem wrong. So my third pet peeve for the law of attraction goes hand in hand with number one. Not only do you not want to be constantly reading it and constantly keeping it on your mind, you cannot visualize the end product continuously. Yes, visualization is important, and it can do huge things for you, but because our minds are so powerful, your mind is going to begin to think that you are already there. That is not what you want, because if you already think that you're there, you become stagnant. You start to follow all the shiny objects. I have a friend right now who I feel is kind of doing this right now. He's doing some great things. He's got his business going, but the problem is that he's not buckling down and doing it because he's constantly looking towards the future, trying to find every new thing, and he's got scatterbrain. He needs to focus on just one thing and hit that thing 100% to get where he needs to be. So now, the past few videos, I have been just talking mad shit on the law of attraction. And I know that may seem kind of weird, because the law of attraction is a very, very commonly taught practice, and I believe that they do have some valid points. This video, I will talk about the first kind of real valid point that I think a lot of their reliability and validity comes from, and that is actually writing something down. Most people don't sit down and write their goals, which is why when you sit down and write your goals for the first time and you kind of get that clarity, it does kind of seem like all these opportunities are all of a sudden coming, and you're accomplishing all these things you didn't realize you would accomplish in 3 weeks. And these are things you would have thought that it would have taken you a year, and you're doing it in a real short time period. And that's because you're writing it down, you're getting clear, and you're knowing exactly what it is that you want. The second thing that the law of attraction does a very, very good job of is with the primacy effect. Now, primacy means that you are in the morning and at night, you are reviewing your goals, because both in the morning and at night, your mind tends to remember what it is taught at a much more effective level. I remember when I was in school and I was studying for a test, if I did it in the morning and I reviewed the stuff again at night, no matter how lost I was the night before, I tend to just be exponentially more aware of what was going on. But the thing is that you have to make sure that these goals that you are writing and reviewing in the morning and night are not your year goals. These need to be your 12-week goals, because with your 12-week goals, they are within shooting distance, and it's much more realistic, and you do not fall into the trap that my friend has fallen into of getting scatterbrained. The final thing that I think the law of attraction does a very good job of is it essentially tries to systematize something that seems very unlikely to systematize. And it does this through probability. If any of you have read The Luck Factor by Brian Tracy, he talks extensively about probability and that luck through the law of attraction is not something that just happens. It's through probability. You are continuously risking doing certain actions, that you're continuously doing it. So because you've done it 50 times and somebody else has done it 10 times and they've failed all 10 times and you've happened to have success 4 of the 50 times, to them it seems like you're getting lucky, but they don't realize that your 4 successes came off of 50 tries where their 0 successes have come off only 10 tries. And that is the core of the law of attraction. I think a lot of people don't realize that, and they kind of skim over that. That is what it is. You have to continue to do whatever it is, and then stuff comes to you.